Yo, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to cover the Racing EZ2 street coilovers, but before we get started, please give me a follow on Instagram. There's going to be links in the description below. You'll see my Instagram, please give me a follow. I'm really into EP3s and modding them and things of that nature. I also like editing and cool photography, so if you like any of those things, you're an enthusiast, give me a follow. I would much appreciate it and I'll follow you back. But before we get started, I do want to mention that I will be providing a few links in the video description, so please check that out. One of these links will be an article on how to properly lower your car, and also some of the things that you're going to want to address upon lowering it. So very important that you check that out if you're serious about it and you don't want to screw your vehicle up. Also, there will be a link on how to adjust and set the preload on your coilovers, as well as how to adjust your ride height. So please check that link out as well, and I will catch you guys in the video. Yo, what's up guys? J-Real here. Just want to do a quick video and talk about the Racing EZ2 street coilovers that I've installed in my 2003 EP3. I got them from Coop's Customs. They were $724. Other brands that you could get would be BC Racing, and from what I can tell, those are around $1,000. Up from there, you could get Fortunato coilovers, and those are going to run you around $2,500, depending on which ones you get and which features they have. So, in my opinion, after installing these and driving on these, I'm going to go ahead and say that for that price, they're probably the best ones that you can get. So, these do have some really good features. If you go through Raceland or you go through another kind of a cheaper company, I don't recommend that. For one, they don't include the hardware that you need to install these. So, for example, mine come with all the hardware, so they have the machined top hats already installed. You don't have to remove the springs and then reuse your old top hat. They also come with, yeah, pretty much just the nuts and bolts and the top hats. So you don't have to worry about taking the spring off or anything like that. These come out of the box ready to install, which is really nice. I hate bikes, they're just so loud and they just sound disgusting. Anyway, so they're awesome. I'm pretty pleased with them. So let's talk about some of the features of these EZ2 street coilovers. So they do have 15 damper adjustability settings, obviously 1 being soft and 15 being hard. Right now I'm on the softest setting, which is a really good choice so far. I haven't played around with the more stiff settings yet. And that's because I mainly got these to improve the daily drivability, and I'll talk about more of that here in a second. So, also what's cool about these is you can adjust your ride height without affecting your spring rates, which is key because the spring rates that the factory suspension had on it were wrong in my opinion. So, these come out of the box, 10 kg in the rear, 8 kg in the front. I've seen some people run 7 kg in the front, but 10 and 8 seems to be pretty good. When you buy coilovers like this, the companies spend a lot of time and research and effort into making these the best that they can be. They do a lot of research on the spring rates, and they make sure that they're good to go out of the box, which is huge. So that's something else that you get, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about anything. You can literally just bolt these on out of the box, and you're usually good to go. Also, the height that you see here, this is the height from the coilovers as they come out of the box. This is without any ride height adjustability done whatsoever. And it is pretty conservative from what I'm told, because I've seen other Honda enthusiasts, they'll just get lowering springs and they'll just slam their car. I live in the Midwest and I'd rather not do that because there are potholes and roadkill and things like that that I'd like to avoid. Plus my car's in decent condition, so I'd like to keep it like that going forward. So yeah, you can definitely adjust your ride height without affecting the spring rates, which is nice because some coilovers don't offer that feature. Also, you can definitely set your spring preload yourself. It's really easy to do. And yeah, they're absolutely great for this vehicle. It definitely fixes the main issue of daily drivability. So going over bumps, you know, just roads that are broken, that have broken pavement, it makes your car feel new. It just feels absolutely amazing. Now I am running the tires that came with this car. I've had this car for about a year now. So these are the tires that I bought that came with the car when I bought it. So I'm pretty sure they're all seasons. And so that technically would affect your ride as well. Although I'm not going to go into that in this video. We're just talking about the coilovers. So yeah, I'm very pleased with them. Like I said, it feels like I'm driving a brand new car. It completely fixed all of the bumpy issues, not the bump steer, but just the bumpy issues that it had. It actually feels like a well put together vehicle now. So going forward, I will be addressing the bump steer issues and the roll center issues. So if you do get these and you plan on lowering your EP3 more than 1 inch, understand that your control arms are essentially doing this. So I've lowered mine about 3 inches. That's the best I can tell. Let's say 2.5 inches. So your control arms are doing this now, right? Because the body's low. So to fix that, you want to put extended ball joints in, and that'll bring those control arms closer to stock, which will help to maintain that roll center that it had before. Also, your tie rod ends are doing the same thing. They're kind of going up at an angle. And reverse tie rod ends definitely help to fix that and to mitigate that wishy-washy steering that you get when you lower it. So if you do want to lower this, understand that there's other things that happen after you lower it that you need to take into account, unless you just don't care. If this is a beater car for you and you don't care how nice it looks and you don't care about the lifespan of it, then by all means do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Visually, it kind of makes the car pop, and it just looks, this is how it should look from the factory, in my opinion. And yeah, just having the correct spring rates, it does help with the understeer a little bit, not a lot, but it is noticeable. And yeah, also it is recommended that after you install these, definitely get in alignment. So don't freak out if you install coilovers and your steering is a little off. That's normal. You've essentially changed your suspension geometry, in which case you need to get it aligned. So what we'll do now is we'll cut to some photos that I have of what these look like in the wheel well, as well as in the hood and in the rear compartment, to show you what they look like when they're in, and we'll talk more about it. Here's what the EZ2 street coilovers look like. Out of the box, like I said, they come like this. They come with the nuts that you need. Those go on the top hats, which is a really convenient thing. You don't have to worry about reusing your old stripped or rusty nuts. So that's what it looks like in the top of the engine bay. As you can see, you can very clearly see the blue machined top hat and the damper adjustability knob. The damper adjustability knob does use a hex rod for the valving, and I've heard of people stripping the knob because they adjust them so much. So, you know, I recommend that you don't adjust these too often. In terms of installing these, they are a pain in the butt. On the front coilovers, you're going to have to tap on that spindle nut and loosen the hub from the axle. And then when you put them in, you're going to have to reattach that hub. So just keep that in mind. On the rears, be prepared to use a lot of PB Blaster. Those bolts are not going to want to come out, especially if your car's, you know, been outdoors for any duration. Be prepared to bust out your breaker bar, and hopefully, you know, you have a relatively easy time getting them out. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the car looks a lot better. It handles a lot better. Please check out the links in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video.